That's a shoot.
Couple seconds of bleed in pause. And all right, my man Ash, this is the first friend interview of this backpacking trip, which is really just a framework for a little film I want to put together about friendships.
Yeah.
And so we're just going to have a couple questions or statements for each, and we'll see where it takes us. And I will lead.
All right, I am game for this.
So something that I've always been curious about is, like, when did you first identify me as one of your good friends?
You know, it was fourth year, and it wasn't when we decided to room together,
Right.
obviously, but it was as we got to know each other a lot better living together.
True.
I got to see a closer glimpse of your sense of humor. I already knew that I liked you. You sort of fit the bill of a classic friend for me anyway. You were athletic, you were smart, and you were funny. That's always sort of touched the three bases. But a lot of times it's just the two of us shooting the shit together, having a beer out of the cold bin,
Right.
and just talking about stuff. And I could see there were deeper connections.
That's cool. All right. That's interesting. All right. Your ball.
All right, I'm going to move it ahead a few years.
Yeah.
Because nobody was a truer friend when I needed it than in 1987 when Della left me. So I want to ask you, what do you remember of that weekend that you invited me down when I was at a very low point?
I don't remember a lot about it. I'll be honest with you. I was, there. The wedding, I was shocked by what happened. I knew from our time being together that you would be deeply hurt by that, as anybody would be. But you're, sincere people, I think, are hurt even more by stuff like that. And I knew you would be hurt by it. So, I'm trying to rewind myself into that time, but I think it was just kind of classic trying to be there for the other person.
Well, I'll say, as a follow-up to that, you couldn't have handled it better, because one, you reached out to me to make yourself available, but then you invited me down, and we acted like nothing happened. There wasn't a whole lot of soul sharing. It was just, let's just have fun.
Let's just have fun.
And it was what I needed.
Yeah.
All right, back to you. Because
I just to trail on that a bit, I knew that it would be a temporary knockdown.
Yeah.
And it has to be said that it's probably the best thing that ever happened to you.
You said it pretty close to right. You put the word probably in.
It is. Yeah.
There's no question. And it's like I've always said, if the only path to where I got was to go through a little heartbreak,
Right.
Here's a hammer.
Exactly.
You know?
Do it again.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and so that actually ties in real nicely to what I wanted to say to you, which is one of the best, most thoughtful weekends of my married life to Jackie, maybe just my life in general, was when you and Lauren invited us for a weekend to DC, and we came and you guys took us out for a wonderful dinner, and then we went to the IMAX.
Yeah.
And we saw the IMAX of Everest.
Right.
Now, we had literally just come back like months, maybe even weeks before that, and the impact of that film was earth-shaking for me, and that was like a gift out of that thing that I just did not expect at all. And like, for me, that was sort of like the cementing of a long-term couples relationship that grew out of our individual friendship, and I'm so thankful for that.
Amen to that.
I really appreciate it.
Oh, well, thank you for that. So my follow-on to that is, so how do we throw those women back together? It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, this 6 days, I've been looking forward to it for a long time.
Yeah,
and
me
it
too.
has exceeded expectations.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Not obviously
Yeah.
a horn toad would have been nice, but besides
Hey,
that,
there's always tomorrow. Always tomorrow.
I'm an optimist. I'm not ruling it out. But all right, final question for me.
Yeah.
We're different people than we were 40 years ago when we met each other.
Yep.
How is your view of what constitutes a friend, a good friend, different at 60 from what it was at 20?
Not different by very much. The characteristics of our shared characteristics that you called out as the basis of our friendship, I think certainly were the basis of our friendship. I think that the addition of our wives has made us both taken some rough edges off, and
That is so fair.
and made us deeper, more thoughtful people. And it's really, I think, cool to see that we both moved in that direction with the influence of our wives. And so yeah, I feel just as bonded, if more so now than then, because a lot of those friendships don't withstand the test of time, and ours has.
Amen to that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna slip one more thing in there, which is
You could cheat.
all the outreach that you always did through writing was so appreciated, and just amazing to get those letters. I hope I've been able to give you even 1/10 of the number of laughs and insights to life that you've given me in those.
You have, and then I'll also say, since you went there are things I shared with you in letters that I don't share with too many people.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's because I can be open and completely honest.
Right.
And that means sometimes I'm not laughing, and I know you
Yeah.
won't be laughing either, but
Right.
it's still
It's real.
something.
The realness is so appreciated.
My
All right,
brother.
man.
It's a
Yeah.
print.
Hey, thanks, man.
Got it on
Appreciate
one
it.
take.